farmers, welcome back to Hinterland, taking care of the potatoes again and again and again, but I have made some adjustments. So I've been doing a little bit of testing, trying some things out. I think I tried this actually when I was on Super Run Forest, when I was trying to do where the sheep were producing wool and trying to put it into the spinnery. So I went on the test map and I put Omatana's shed where we can store pallets, and it doesn't work. Kind of like the same problem I had with the potato production was in the shed. It wouldn't spawn the pallets because it was on another floor. It wouldn't do it. So when there's anything else underneath it, the pallets won't spawn. So putting an automatic trigger there that will take it into a shed just doesn't work. But what I have done is I got into the potato productions. If we go here, hide and active, I've adjusted the totals of the storing and also how much potatoes it can take. I pretty much added a 0 to everything. Well, I went from, this used to be 20,000. I went up to 40,000. And then, of course, on the outgoing products, I just added a 0 to everything. This used to be 1,400. Now it's 14,000. So basically what that means is I can put 40,000 liters of potatoes in here, and that should be able to process all 40,000 liters, and this should not get full. The one thing I still want to do, and I just didn't get time to do it, I need to go into the file, and I think I need to change to where the output bags, instead of being 1,000 liters a piece, I may put it to 4,000 liters a piece, just to reduce the amount of pallets that we have. So, but at least now in the meantime, I don't actually have to babysit this too much. It's not that as bad as it was. And I also may do the same thing with the straw production plant. The storing for that is kind of on the low side. It's still not, that's not as bad. I can deal with that. We're not bringing that much straw over, but yeah, I can go ahead and make sure I deal with that later on. So that's where we stand on that. As for the crop rotation, I did have a quick look at that a little bit. I didn't have that much time to get involved into it deeply, but I pretty much got to wait until we get all the root crop harvesting done. But we do have the potato field done, which I think we got to go over and plow. That needs to be plowed for sure. But if I go into here, crop rotation, is that still going to show? No. So of course it was grass before, and now we did potatoes. Oh, wait, potatoes. So it looks like wheat is a good one because wheat is 1.1. Barley, surprisingly, is not the same as wheat. And oats is not the same as wheat. Corn is 1.15. That is pretty darn good. What else we got here? Potatoes, again, sugar beet, no. And cotton, no. So really looks like I should be planting corn in the potato field. So we might be planting corn there. So that'll be next year. So planting in the month of September and October does not look like it's going to be a thing, right? September, October on this map for wheat and barley. Yeah, I think we're going to be planting everything in the springtime, and we'll get ourselves a true good crop rotation, and we can set all of our fields then. I'm looking for the case. Let's get on the case. There we go. And where's my plow? It's over there. Let's head on over to the potato field, and we'll get that plowed on up. And that field will be good to go. And then we can kind of skip. I don't want to say skip, because I'll have to take care of the animals. But we'll be going right until the month of October. Oh, I do need to check on the sawmill. Yeah, I got to remind myself, check on the animals and production buildings here, especially on the early stages, because, well, yeah, the money situation is kind of tight. Speaking of kind of tight, it's kind of tight to get out of here at that position. And now I can turn and sneak out of here. Yeah, we can sneak out of there. We're good. We are all good. So yeah, on the seed potatoes, that's going to be a little bit better now that I got a lot of storage in the production building. But like I said, I want to change the file to where the pallets can be 4,000 liters instead of 1. I also downloaded, and I think we're going to be putting it over by the sawmill and the production buildings, is the other storage area. And let's go to construction. Same as Omatana's, but I think over there we're going to go bigger. So Oh, I didn't leave the page up. I forgot. Is this VSR modding that does this one? Bale and pallet storage, same thing. But this one will hold like 750 or 850. Can't remember. So it's like more than double of the Almatana. So the price is twice as much, but it holds more than double. So that is what we're looking for. Let's scooch on over here. Oh, I kind of forgot my root crop harvester is still over here. I need to bring that on back. Get that all set for the sugar beet harvesting. Yeah, October is going to be a busy month. Sugar beet, cotton, corn, all that's going to be ready. Yeah, I think we're going to have to sell some stuff before I can I can lease everything that we need. While this is unfolding, let me go ahead and get our root crop harvester off the field. This worked out rather well, having 200,000 liter capacity. I wasn't stopping as often as I was on East Vineland. But that probably shouldn't have parked it there, because now that's my only way in or out. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Let's go ahead and, in case you didn't see it, this field, yes, needs plowing. Weeds we don't care about because the plow will get rid of them. Make sure I'm not on allow create fields. We are not, so we're all set. Lower the bridge. And let's get to plowing. Kind of nice not having stones anymore. It wasn't bad for like the first year, although I will say near the end of East Vineland, every time I had to plow, it feels like, oh, it's going to have stones. Even though I was hiring a worker to do it, I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I thought it was kind of a neat little thing at the beginning with stones, picking them up. Oh, we can make lime with stones. And after a while, you start to realize, you know, all the work I'm doing, lime doesn't really cost that much, is it? You know, is it worth the time and effort? I guess, you know, to each their own. In the beginning, I thought it was great, and to me, it was worth it. It was fun. But after a while, yeah, say goodbye to stones. Until they incorporate stones a little bit more, it'd be kind of interesting. I think if stones were kind of more sporadic, not as clustered as they are, I think that'd be great. I don't think you'd be getting that many stones every year. I mean, we're talking big stones, so, you know, like in a field this size, after I plowed it, if there was like 12 spots where there was like little patches of stones, so you just grab your stone picker up and pick up those 12 stones, and maybe the amount of liters you get out of the stones be the same as you do now off a field this size. I don't know, something like that might be a little bit worth it to do. I mean, it'd be a quicker job. I think less people would find it tedious to do over and over. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people just turn off stones. I know a lot of people out there that don't play with the weeds, don't do the liming, don't do the plowing. But that's the whole point of Farming Simulator. I mean, we get all the options that we want, so we can play the game the way we each want to do as an individual. And that's what I think makes it like a great game, having the options to do so. So this field here could be corn next season, if I decide to do corn. I originally planted corn because I thought I was going to make like corn grist. I think that's what it's called. But seeing that it actually loses value by doing that, I think we'll just keep the corn to feed to the chickens. Had to think about that for a second. I'm like, wait, is it sheep? No, it's chickens. We don't have chickens yet, but we will in the future. I got a chicken pen all picked out. I believe it's the Missy B's chicken pen from her map on Riverside, but a little bit smaller. Something, I think that's the mod I'll be using. It's a decent amount of chickens. It doesn't take up that much space, and the pen is relatively cheap. So we'll get this field plowed up, and that way the job will be done. I don't have to cultivate it because both our planter and seed drill are direct drills, so we don't have to cultivate. When I learned that back in 15, I'm like, Farming Simulator 15, I think it was like maybe a month or two into Farming Simulator 15 when I actually started watching YouTube videos on Farming Simulator, and I don't remember who I was watching at the time. But they explained what the purpose of a direct drill was. I'm like, wait a minute, I can skip a process by getting myself a direct drill? Really haven't gone back since. I'm trying to think if I've actually used a drill in any recent series. Well, I mean recent. I'm even going back to 19. If I ever used a drill that wasn't a direct drill, I always look for a direct drill. Just the way I roll about things. Yeah, so I think in September, coming up here, anyways, in Hinterland. Let's get back to Hinterland. I think the straw products that we have, we can sell those, get a little bit of cash. We did bring over, at the end of last episode, which still hasn't been processed yet, or is being processed. Let me just double check on the BGA. I don't think any of that stuff has been turned over yet. Let me go back into production buildings. We brought slurry and manure over, and that should be being produced into electricity. Yeah, slurry. So you can see it's being run through there. And it's going through it pretty rapidly. We're only at 1 speed. And right now we got 42,000 electricity. I don't know if that's considered liters or what. Maybe it's kilowatts. I have no idea. But at the top of the hour, we should get a decent amount of money, which would be good. Because the farm currently in the state that we have, we lose money every month. Even with a big wind turbine, which is right there. Yeah, we lose money every in-game month. Not a whole lot. That's the reason why we got the wind turbine. But, yeah, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Do I want to, with the money we earn, do I slowly want to just nip away at the loan? And also try to save up enough money at the same time to buy some equipment that we need. Yeah, I think I would like to buy the headers. We're going to need a corn header to harvest the corn in October. We're going to need a header for the root crop harvester for sugar beet. And we're definitely going to be leasing the cotton module harvester. Maybe the first year, I'll just have to lease all 3 headers. The corn header, well, the potato header we already did, the sugar beet header, and of course, like I said, leasing the cotton module harvester, because that's just the 1 month thing. It's going to be rented. We'll get the field done, and so on and so forth. The one thing I thought about adding on here is, I know there's a mod out there, I think it's called like lease to own. Yeah, I know, I've seen a couple videos on it, but it's not really in depth. They're just doing it on their Let's Play, and I just haven't got a feel for that yet. Want to know if I want to do it. So I'm just hoping that we'll lease it, and then in a month or two, maybe it'll come up for sale, and I'll get a little bit of a deal on it. Who knows? So yeah, we'll get this done. Kind of skip through the afternoon. I'll have to probably feed the cows. Of course I'm going to have to feed the cows. Let's be serious. And in September, we're probably just going to sell a few things. I'll keep up on the potatoes. I'll have to bring some potatoes over, put that into the silo, and keep the potato production going. We'll have to also double check on the price when to sell those are, which I think is January, which is a little ways off. And then maybe we'll skip to October, depending how far along we're getting here. And that will be, of course, all the harvesting. October is going to be an episode or two to get on through. Although harvesting is, I don't think it's going to take too long. The sugar beet harvesting, yeah, that doesn't take too much. A lot of that sugar beet is going to go to the BGA, so thumbs up there for electricity. We'll probably keep, I don't know, I guess we'll have to see how much we get. I think I'll just take the first trailer load and put that into the silo, because I need sugar beet to feed the sheep and the chickens. The chickens for sure. The sheep only need the sugar beet in the wintertime when we don't have conditioned grass. So we're not going to need that much to feed the sheep, I don't think. But then again, we only have 30 sheep currently. And eventually, at some point, we'll have 200, I think that pen holds. Yeah, so I think that's where we stand currently here on Hinterland. I would also like more land. That'll be great. That's going to be maybe another year out. Have to wait and see. We just got to keep, the production's going or starting. Which, once we get the cotton going and we bring some of the wool over from the sheep, we'll make fabric and, of course, make clothing. Why not bring the sheep's wool over and start making fabric now? Because we're using a spinnery that does the fabric and clothing all in one, and it has a recipe in there to where I get double the amount of fabric with the products I put in if I use a combination recipe of cotton and wool. So if I make fabric with cotton and wool together, I get double the amount of fabric if I were to make wool in the fabric and cotton in the fabric. So we got to wait until we have the cotton. And once we get that, we're not going to get that many clothes, but clothes do sell for good money, if I remember. I did check. I think it's like 10 grand. And just remember, I am playing on hard economy, so it will differ if you're on normal or easy. So I do get that once in a while, and I say, oh, I'm only going to get like, well, it's like, for instance, if I didn't say that there, I only get 10,000 for clothing. Someone's going to say, no, clothing sells for 30. I'm on Hinterland, it sells for 30. It's like, well, you might be on, I would just say, I would guess that's easy economy. I've seen that on a lot of the a lot of the series I do, to where you should be getting more money for this. It's like, well, I'm on hard economy. It matters what economy you're on. And I always just choose hard economy on all my Let's Plays, just because it's more of a challenge for me. I find, in my opinion, easy to be way too easy. And normal isn't bad if I'm testing out something new. I actually thought about going maybe normal on this series here, but all I tested and all I read online with the cows is they make so much milk. You're going to be making so much money. It's very, very simple. All right, let me go. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this field here. I'll probably see you late afternoon in August or maybe in September. I'm just going to feed the cows and make sure the sheep got plenty of feed, which I'm sure they do. And on the production buildings, the only thing I may need to do is I may need to bring a little bit more potatoes over. And the sawmill. Yeah, I got to make sure I check up on the sawmill. I almost forgot we're getting near the noon hour, and I want to bring you guys back just for a moment, because when the noon hour hits, I do believe the BGA will sell that electricity that we made in the past hour. So we're sitting at just shy of 45,000. I don't know if it says the total when the BGA sells. It's been a moment for me. All right, so we went up to 61,600. That made a good amount of electricity. 45, 15, 16, almost $17,000 that last hour. But of course, a few $1,000s of that is going to be from the wind turbine and the solar panels on top of some of the sheds. But yeah, the manure and the slurry from the cows, that's going to bring a good amount of money. Again, like I've been saying on this whole Let's Play, the cows are what's going to make this farm, with the milk being processed to cheese and butter, and of course with the manure and slurry being brought over to the BGA. Yeah, they will help us make some cash. We only got 24 cows currently, and we just barely bought 20 cows, what was it, a month or two ago? So once we get 200 cows, it's going to be fabulous. Another thing, I did double check on this field. I was checking on the pH value. It did not drop enough to warrant me to come over and put lime down on it. As for precision farming, I think it's working the same way as base game does. It seems like after every third harvest will be the time you probably want to put lime down. But at least with precision farming, if you do it after every harvest, or whatever, you can do it after every harvest. And it's not going to take that much lime because it doesn't require as much lime. And it'll keep the yield up. So it's kind of interesting the way that works. Anyway, as you can see, I'm done here. Well, just about. I'll bring the root crop harvester back to the farm. Bring the case and the plow back to the farm. And, yeah, I may be bringing potatoes over to the potato processing plant. Okay, I will be bringing potatoes on over. So we'll need to put that into the silo and make sure that keeps on running. And actually, while I got you here, let's go. I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I just forgot. Let's face it. Big bag. It says January is the best time to sell the premium potatoes. And seed potatoes, we got to keep those. And for pig food, that says March, but the price is better now than it is in March. All right, where's the pig food? Pig food, pig food. Where are you? I should know where it is because, well, actually, I didn't sell pig food on East Vineland. Where's the pig food? I have no idea. Well, if we go all the way down to here, big bag premium potatoes, and we just look here how the price has been going. Yeah, I guess that's true. And seed potatoes, yeah, I'll just have to... I think if I hold on to about 30,000 liters of seed potatoes and I can sell the rest, I'll be fine. Now I just got to find the pig food. Piggy food. Is it even on the list? It's got to be on the list. The problem is I just got so many things here. Well, I've been up and down this list 3 times. And I haven't found pig food anywhere, so maybe it's not on the list. Maybe it's like electricity where we don't have a say. I thought it'd be next to TMR, but it's not next to TMR either. It's not next to whole crop silage. I don't know. I do have a place to sell it, right? So if I go in here, luckily this is here to let me know what the price is. Where's the pig food again? Pig food, right here. I could sell it at the port. So the port takes it. That's all I know. That's all I know. Anywho, we are done here. So I did all that looking on up. So I'm going to go back to the farm, like I said, get maybe a little things done. Advance time a little bit. So I'll see you in, well, for you in about, 3, 2, 1. Well, of course, they got to bring potatoes over and make sure the potato production keeps on going. It has stopped. It is full of premium potatoes. I was just looking here. Hide inactive. What are we full of? Well, we're pretty much full on seed potatoes and premium potatoes as well. But this is the 3rd load I brought over, so that's another 120,000 liters of potatoes brought over. And I will go ahead and quote-unquote compact this. 100%. Just to cover up our crop. That's all I want to do. Cover it and then open it. There we go. Keeps the rest of it nice and covered. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in to the XML file and change these pallets from 1,000 to 4,000. Just to reduce them. But it's good now that it can store enough in there to where I don't have to come over like every minute or two to go ahead and empty it on out. Kind of strange that the mod author didn't... Well, I think if you put it into the big building that they have, I think there's actually an automatic storage for that. But I did not prefer the building the way it was, so I chose this route. It's been a while since I actually saw the building itself, so I can't remember. But I think when you put it into that building that I showed you last episode that cost like $450,000, it has like a storage area, but it's hard to get in that storage area, if I remember correctly. How many potatoes are actually in there? Because I can overfill this. So 2 loads would be good for now. The sawmill should be good for another month. So I think we're getting ready to skip on to another month. And I think the straw products are going to be sold. May sell some pig food if the price is still good. I think September we'll just have to sell some stuff to bring some money on in. And when I'm not going to bother paying off the loan at all or buy anything unless it's for sale. I'm going to keep all that money for October for leasing all the stuff that we're going to be leasing. The corn header and the sugar beet harvester header should not be that much. So I'm not too worried about having enough money for all that. But I think we're getting to have a full storage area over there, which I have learned every time I go to that storage area, sometimes my sound kicks out, which seems kind of weird. Not sure what that's all about, but running that a few times. You gonna spawn any more for me? Still got a lot of seed potatoes that need to be spawned. And it doesn't want to take any more. I know you got room for more. There we go. Sometimes you gotta, on the autoloader, you gotta unstrap them and restrap them before it takes more. Still got manure and slurry being processed into electricity. The one thing I still haven't looked into is we don't really have a place to sell digestate yet. So, I mean, this whole 10 million liters in there, we could use it on our own fields. Or I could sell it. I think I would rather just sell it, honestly. See if my sound cuts out again. There it goes. Kicked out a little bit. And the storage building is full. Well, no problem. I think we're going to go in and we're going to build one. How about that? Silos. How much does it cost? 19. Maybe I should do some landscaping first. And we'll make it a nice strong one. Wait, where's the road? Well, the road doesn't really matter. I can always redo the roads. That's not a big deal. Where's... Oh, we got plenty of room there. So we're going to go here and just level this out. I think eventually I will sell this building here. And maybe put a duplicate one down if we need to. Of the building we're about to put down. Just that trigger is just, it's a little snug. Oh, wait, which side is what here? Okay, that's the side we want. I know where it takes it. I don't know where it spawns. Oh, it spawns it in the front. I'm going by the picture that I saw. It spawns it in the front. So we'll kind of get it lined up a little bit. And there we go. Now this unit over here should be right in here. Makes it a little bit easier. Yep, just got to be careful. There's a big drop off there. I've got to smooth this area out. Yeah, autoloaders, you always got to unstrap when you do that. So if you come over to here, this one holds 750. And this one here holds 250. So, yeah, 3 times as much. 3 times as much for double the cost, which is fine. We actually got lights here. Can I not? Is that not a thing? Oh, R to switch lights on in this one. Turn off shed lights. Oh, I can see them. It's just hard to see because it's, you know, middle of the day. That kind of a thing. We'll leave them off for now. So, yeah, we're all set on the potato production. I think the storage is good enough. But I think making the pallets be 4,000 liters instead of 1 will just reduce the amount of pallets that we have by a good number, of course. And I think I can leave the truck here. Like I said, I think we're all set for the month. Let me just double check on a couple things here. So the animals, the sheep are looking really, really good. They're not going to go through too much. The cows are just about full, so I think we're good there as well. Production buildings. Grain grist is still being made. We still got some slurry and manure to be processed. Boy, this is just going through. This is just producing so much. The sawmill is about half full, so that should be good. And straw, we are doing fine there as well. So, oh yeah, what's in the store? Nothing that we're interested in at all currently. So I want to advance time, and we're back down to 42,000, but that should go back up with the passive income that we got from the VGA and the solar panels and the wind turbine. But I should see you in September unless something comes up. But yeah, I'll see you in just a moment. Well, not much too exciting is going on, but I'm ready to call it a night. I just ran the speed at times 60 to kind of speed through the process. Been just emptying out potatoes from the spawn point, bringing them over to the new building. The BGA is done processing the manure and slurry, but that did get us up to $80,000, which is very, very nice. I had to go over to the straw production as well and move the straw hats and pallets around, so that can keep on being processed. Probably be selling that stuff tomorrow, and just checking up on the animals, check up on the store page, and I already forgot how many loads I brought over because I wasn't counting or paying attention. Let's see, what are we at here? I can bring 2 more over, so I did two more over, and I'll just let that run through. It's going to fill up overnight. Now, I'm not going to edit the XML file for more storage on the seed potato production here, because I should be doing that with now the factory upgrades. I think the storage is, in my opinion, where it should be. I am going to, though, edit the bag size from 1,000 liters to 4, just to limit the amount of pallets that we have, and eliminate a lot of going back and forth, so on and so forth. I think it'd just be a little bit better at 4,000 liters. There we go. That's good to go through the night. We'll just check, though. The sawmill should be fine, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, that's not going through too much. Make sure I turn off the engine on the truck. Don't want that to be running all night long. That's good. I did check on the animals. They are fine. Let's go to the farmhouse. Please start engine in the farmhouse. I don't think so. Yeah, nothing in the store. So we're good to sleep until... Wait, what do we got for money? 80,000. All right, so we're going to sleep for 12 hours, basically. Yes, we're good to go. I think we're all set. No notifications about animals, right? We're fine. We lost $30,000 overnight. That stings. That does sting. I mean, $33,000 is for the loan payment, but that's fine. It's going to happen. It's going to keep on happening. The animals. Let's see how the animals did overnight. All right, so that's not too bad. But again, we only got 24 cows. It's going to get a whole much more, especially when these 20 reproduce. They're going to go through it twice as fast, and then twice as fast. It's just going to keep on going here. Milk, we're up to 20,000 liters. Sheep, yeah, we got a ways to go on the sheep. Sheep are not going through that much water or feed right now. The one thing I am interested in, do they take any grass? So I'm wondering if this mod, although their feed hasn't gone down enough, I don't think the grazing mod will take grass from the field until their feed trough gets below 80%. And they are nowhere near 80% down, are they? Not quite. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. The store page, what's in sale? Nothing that we're definitely looking for. That's for darn sure. Let me double check on the fields here. Nothing should be ready. But the corn, of course, should be ready next month. So shall the sugar beets and cotton. So that just leaves us today. Let's look at a few things. I'm looking for anything that's pure green over here. Pig food. I think we should sell the pig food at the port. Okay, so pig food to the port. Wow, we actually got like $100,000 worth of planks, prefab walls, wood beams. We got a lot of actually money here, and I think I may put that into paying off the loan a little bit instead of actually, how much money am I going to need? I think it's 50,000 for the sugar beet header, so at least say 50,000 on that. The wood beams go to the restaurant. Who would have thought? Prefab walls go to the port. Planks long go to the port. Planks. Okay, we're not going to sell planks because that price is 13 when it can be up to 14. So pig food. What about the straw? Okay, even though the price is going down, straw accessories need to go to the restaurant. And the straw crates need to go to the port. All right, do we got that all? I don't. Let's go. Let me go over to the truck. And let me grab what's in the potato production. That's going to spawn quite a bit. How much slurry, while that's doing that, how much slurry do the cows make in one day? Oh, that does not show me here. All right, let's jump over to the cows here. 19,000 liters of slurry in one day. That's with only 24 cows. And 20,000 liters of manure. All right, so that's looking pretty darn good. All right, let me go get ahead and empty this out. And I got to separate the pallets over there of straw hats and crates. And we'll start selling some stuff. All right, we got our first load. These are the crates, and these go to the port. Got to keep this all in my head here, which has been difficult to do lately. So let's get to the port and get these sold. So we're sitting at, we're just going to say 50,000. I don't know where we're going to end up, but we're going to try to sell everything. I don't remember where the trigger is for that building over there, if there is one. Yep, these are selling. At least I remember where the trigger is here. Oh yeah, that's right. Of course we got the environmental score, which is not included in that time stock saving check mod. So when we see what price we're going to get, it doesn't include the bonus, which I always forget about that too. All right, we got some, of course, hats. Those are the crates. The other thing it makes is, well, it says accessories, but it looks like hats and maybe handbags. Is that what's on there? Yeah, hats and handbags only, it looks like. Let's go ahead and load those up. The straw production did shut down. It ran out of water. Still has some straw in it. I just turned it off. There's not that much straw in there, so I'm not going to bother with it right now. We'll wait until next year when it comes time to bring some more straw over. All right, so this needs to go to the restaurant. And looks like the sell point is here. Nice. 91,000. Next thing I need to do, I need to go over to the sawmill and collect all what's in there and bring it to the new storage building. By the way, the new storage building, it kind of disappears on you. The load-in on the storage building is kind of, the distance view on that is kind of terrible. When does that actually load in for me? There it is. It shows up eventually. All right, I got to empty out the sawmill. Put that in the storage so I can easily go ahead and bring out what I want to, because not everything is going to the same spot. So emptying out the first storage shed that we put down over here, grabbing the planks long, and these need to go to the port. As he starts selling here. Luckily this trailer holds quite a bit. And of course we got more to go, but that gets us up to 152,000. Yeah, I think what we ever end up after we finish selling here I think I'll repay off the loan but keep 100 grand for the month of October. That way, I don't want to say, well, I just need this to lease that, because I could wake up next morning and have all those things for sale and may be short in the money. Now, the one thing I am not going to say I'm not going to do is once I pay off the loan, I'm not going to say I'm not going to borrow more money. I could always borrow back up to 10 million. I don't want to do that, but if it comes to where we have to do that, I might do so. All right, so planks long is what we're taking out of here. Now, if you notice that when I jumped over here towards the storage shed, see, you don't hear the truck at all. And then I get over here, you hear the truck. I get next to the storage shed, you don't hear the truck. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Anyways, planks long. We got 9 more. So we'll grab those. And I did put some long planks over here. I don't know where the trigger is to... Oh. Kind of in the same spot. Planks long. Just 8 of them. We'll spawn them. There they are. Let me come over there, grab those, and we'll go sell them. But I'm kind of curious. When I drive in front of this, does the sound of the truck go away? No, I don't have... No trespassing. Yeah, it doesn't do on this building. Kind of weird. The Giants building, the sound disappears. Not too sure, but whoa, yeah, that's always been a thing in Farming Simulator. If you turn too tight, trailer and truck can go haywire. On to the port. Let's get some more cash. I just had a quick look, turn on the interactive zone markers to see where the trigger was for the farmer's market. That's that building right there, and the trigger is right next to that road, so just be a little bit careful coming on in with a load. I don't know if those two buildings take the same material, but the trigger for the farmer's market would be pretty much right where the truck is itself, so be careful if you're going around the vehicle you may have parked there or whatever. Stuff will sell. Alright, I'm going to load up with whatever I'm grabbing next, and I'll meet you either at the restaurant or the port. One of the two with a load of whatever. Alright, it's time to sell the wood beams, and these need to go to the restaurant. And I think the best way for me to get there, I guess, would be to squeeze around this way. And we got more to sell. Another load of wood beams. Got a couple more. I'm going to see what else I can bring over to the restaurant. Make my trips count. I think we'll just sell the rest of the wood beams. The prefab walls need to be sold. And we'll just grab a whole bunch of pig food. So I got to see where that stuff needs to go. I'll see you when I got another load to bring on down. This is the last of the wood beams and the start of the prefab walls. Up to 348,000. But we have to remember, though, I think we started, it's been about a year that the sawmill's been running, so a year of product has been made and being sold currently. But now with the potato production going, we're going to be making money from that. Of course, the BGA is going to start rolling. You can see that that $10 million loan, I'm not going to say it's going to disappear quick, but probably quicker than what most people may have thought. Not too sure. Let me go ahead and grab these prefab walls. I may have a full load there. I do. Still got more to go. And then after this, after the prefab walls, we're just going to sell the pig food. And then, like I said, we're going to pay off some of the loan and keep ourselves 100 grand. That way, when tomorrow comes, I may end up buying the sugar beet harvester, but not the harvester, the header, sorry. And maybe even the corn header? I may just lease the corn header because I'm not too sure how that's going to react on the harvester. I had a problem with that corn header on the other ideal combine we had in No Man's Land. I don't know how it's going to act here, so I may just lease it to see how it goes. But I think with the money we got, we'll spend it on the header, and maybe maybe I'll buy some land too. Buying some more land, getting some more fields down is not a bad idea, but I think I do want to hold off on. Probably should hold off on the land until I get used to the harvesting, the amount of fields that we have currently. All right, probably one more trip of prefab walls. And I think I was in the way of them spawning. 8 came out. So that means there's still 1 left in there. And I can't grab them all anyways. Well, this should put us over 400. Oops, didn't quite get it all in. Are we going to hit a 500,000 by the time I end up selling everything? I don't know how much pig food we got. Of course, I could just check the stock check, and it'll tell us how much we're going to get. But I'm not going to do that. I know the pig food needs to go to the port, so if you remember when I had it up there what it said, then you probably already know, but I just saw where it needed to go. Well, not as much as pig food, but still going to be pretty darn good, I think. I don't think we'll reach a 500,000, but it's better than what I thought it was going to be when I first, even though I saw some totals, it's better than I thought it was going to be. And of course, it'll save us on that loan interest at midnight. Not a great deal. I mean, we're not going to go from like 30 some odd thousand, whatever, 33,333. I don't think it's going to drop below 30,000. But every little bit will help. So this is going to the port. Some pigs are going to be happy, wherever they may be. That sells quick. Get it all in the trigger. Not too bad. Turn the truck off there. I'm going to refill that while we're here. And while we're waiting for that to do so, let's go into here. So, yep, so $10 million is what we're at. We couldn't borrow any more if we wanted to. But I'm going to spam this button here. Yeah, I think we're just going to keep 100 grand-ish. There we go. That'll be fine. $50,000 for the sugar beet header. And then we'll lease the other 2 pieces of equipment. We should be fine. Although I just did pay $756 for diesel fuel. Before you do any more potato production, I'm going to edit the XML file for the bags. So they're not 1,000 liters. They're going to be 4,000 liters. Just to reduce the amount of traveling back and forth and the amount we'll hold in stock. I may, in the meantime, also between episodes, I may empty out the original shed and put it all into the other shed. That way we just have one. I'll get my money back on that shed. I'll get half the price, which is fine. I'm not going to get the full price back. I'm not going to edit that in. But we should get like $9,000 for that shed. Somewhere in there. But it is kind of weird. I don't know if it's this truck or all tractors. There it goes. You can't hear the truck. Now you can. Now you can't. Now you can. Kind of interesting anyways. Yeah, so we took out about 100 pallets out of there. So that holds 250, and for the same price you can get a shed like this and store 750. So Omatana's shed is called the pallet and bale shed. This mod is called the Bale and Pallet Shed. Just to help you out, but those should both be in the mods link down below. Click on that and I'll bring you to an XML page where it shows all the mods I do believe that I'm using, and a link to go download them if you'd like to. So yeah, so for double the price, we can hold triple the amount of storage. The only thing that seems kind of off to me is, let me back on up here. That building, the load-in for the building is kind of, the distance is not that great. Unless it's going to stay there as I back up. Okay, so it stays in once you're in range. Yeah, so that's out of range already. Which, you know, it may be a small thing for some people, but it's kind of weird that, like, buildings way over yonder I can still see. But that load-in range is kind of narrow. Kind of interesting, but either way, not that big of a deal for me on this map here. I think it'll work out just fine the way it is. But, yeah, so we brought... What do we bring that loan on down to? Oh, I keep forgetting about these. Oh, look at that, long planks. Okay, I don't think I had 237,000 liters of long planks. I got the supply and transport contracts. I kind of forgot about that. Sugar beet, not that big of a deal. So what this is, of course, these are great demand contracts, and they'll pay you just a little bit more. Of course, the only time I would do it if it's when I'm actually selling the product. I got to remember to come back in here and find it out. So I think when I was looking at it, I think you get like a 5% bonus. So say I was selling these long planks here. If I was selling 237,000 liters, if I take this contract out, instead of just selling it direct, 237,000 liters at the store, if I were to take his contract and sell it, I get like a 5% bonus in the contract. So it's nice. It's not that big of a thing on this here, but I'm probably going to forget about it. Yeah, I was just coming here. What did we get the loan down to? 9,630,000 is what we owe left. But I mean, that's a lot better than the 10 million that we owed when we started the morning. So yeah, not too bad. All the selling's been done for the day. I want to edit the XML file for the seed bags or the bags themselves on the potato production. And I think we are pretty much done for September, other than speeding through the day and making sure the animals are all set. So next episode, I think when I bring it back, it'll just be, you know, I'll be waking up in our lovely little log cabin, and we'll see what's in the store for sale, and then get to harvesting. We got 3 fields that will need to be getting done. But that's gonna do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Hinterland. But until then, have a good one.